Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871. Unfortunately, chiming in tonight with some rather devastating news. Seems to be all there ever is. Okay, I'll show you. I believe I have my camera oriented right finally. Hopefully, the picture will come out so you can read it. If not, I will read it for you. I just want to make sure I don't lose my orientation here, so I'll just fiddle with the camera. Your food stamp application has been approved on April 1st, 2020. $16 in food stamp benefits will be deposited into your Family First account. This benefit covers a period from April 1st to April 30th, 2020. Thereafter, $16 in food stamps will be deposited in your Family First account each month until you are otherwise notified. Basically, it means that there will be no... Confound it, I'm telling you, man. I am telling you, difficult. I have no... Anyway, I don't feel like arguing about this stupid phone tonight. Yeah, so, I'm currently getting $16. So, despite the fact that I now pay rent, a substantial portion of my, income is being paid in rent. It did absolutely nothing to move the needle to increase my food stamps. It seems a little unfair. I will call our legal services, see what they can do to maybe help me. I don't know. As you guys know, I'm pretty broken over the whole thing. I don't feel well about really any of this. Also, in addition, what else do we have here? Apparently, I needed the doctor at the hospital. Excuse me. I needed the doctor at the hospital to stamp. This thing needs a stamp or a doctor's note. This is home cooling. If I end up getting a CPAP machine, of course I'm going to need assistance, additional medical assistance with my electricity, as well as keeping the air conditioning on for the coming summer. Although, guys, if I'm being honest with you, I really have no idea how this coming summer is going to play out at all. I'm trying to think how I can really put this together. I got a little video off to the side to maybe hopefully drive home my point. What do I want to play the video now? And you see, community enterprise. It is their understanding that because it's only a couple $100, $228 to be exact, and because I'll have several hundred left over, that I should be okay. No big deal. I believe this is Thursday, or might be, was this 1:21 in the morning? Friday, so it's like 8 or 9 days since I got paid last. 8 or 9 days. If I would have had to pay rent this month, because this rent begins next month in April, as God is my witness, I would only have about $200 left to my name. Okay? Second Wednesday of the month. That would be $200 after the home utility bills, predatory price gouging prices at the supermarket. God, I can't even begin to talk about that. I want to talk about, hopefully I'll get around to it, Uh, I want to talk about the price gouging stimulus package that's being discussed going out. Apparently, it's nothing's definite, but the way it's being spoken and characterized, that it's only going to go out to the employed of the food service industry, or once again we see huge swaths of the American population being left behind. They keep saying that we're all in this together. If that's the case, then why aren't we all together getting a stimulus check? The disabled should indeed be allocated stimulus money. Why is that, you say? Well, number one, the money that's in the U.S. Treasury was helped put there by persons like myself who worked their ass off, in my particular case, for 28 years. Okay? So I paid into I paid into our system. I paid into our system, and therefore it should be there to help. And because when I'm at the market in these perilous times, I don't get to say to the cashier, I got disability. I can't flash my disability card and say, give me 25% off. Yeah, no. So, if the disabled are subject to the high prices, okay, big box is wiped out. Therefore, I have to go to different chains, like Walgreens, and spend the $20 on cold medicine. If this is what I have to do, then I should be allowed to have the stimulus money. What is Community Enterprise wanting me to do? Because they would say, you have several hundred left over, there's no big deal. You'll be okay. Or as Nicole would say, just pay the rent and figure the rest out later. It's kind of like asking our daredevil troop, the Wallendas, to just start walking and figure the rest out later.
It's the moment a Highwire act went haywire. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office in Florida recently released this video from 2017. Circus performers fell more than 20 feet to the ground while practicing an 8-person pyramid for an upcoming show. 5 people were injured, all members of the famed Wallenda family, known for their daring aerial acts. The most famous member of the family, Nick Wallenda, was part of the act but wasn't injured. It wasn't the first time the group performed this stunt, and they had reportedly pulled it off the day before. The video appears to show a woman identified in reports as Liwana Wallenda wobble and lose her balance, causing the others to fall. 3 performers were able to hang on to the tightrope while crew members rushed to help the injured. Local reports say none of the equipment
That's a hell of a thing. Unfortunately, this is pretty much what Nicole at Community Enterprises is telling and asking me to do. Amir, you'll be just fine. Just start walking and you'll be okay. I've already discussed it with you guys. What happens when the unthinkable happens? Because that's what happens. That's what I'm trying to communicate to you. What has me so fearful is, I think I have it laying around here somewhere. show you a copy of my lease. You see, what Community Enterprises is banking on that everything, like our Walindas, will go according to plan during the course of my lease. That there won't be any kind of catastrophe that will jump up and bite me in the ass. Okay? Nicole from Community Enterprises is not worried about whether or not there'll be money for whatever the a septic system. That's $250. $250. I can't put that on layaway. But I'm supposed to pay all my utilities and then suddenly this? And I've already spoken to you about the furniture. But this furniture, okay? I'm sure the trolls like to snicker and laugh. Big fat ass. He's so fucking fat that he's breaking his furniture, or not furniture, but breaking his camping chairs. Emphasis on the words camping chair. I understand that it's heavy duty rated. However, this camping chair furniture, it's not rated for year-round use. If you are a 200-pound person who buys a big box store camping chair, they usually rate about 300 pounds, and you try to use it like year-round furniture, you're gonna break it eventually. It's gonna happen to all. None of this. This 1,000. I do not weigh 1,000 pounds, but I can guarantee you that it might be a little extra longer, but in a year or maybe 14 months, this chair is gonna break too. They're not rated for year-round use. What if it's the chair that goes? My refrigerator, it makes weird noises. What if it suddenly goes? By the way, the language in my lease, it says that the appliances here are on loan. Meaning, the language of the lease is that if he wanted to, he could come in here and remove the appliances and not be in violation of the lease. I tell you. I understand what he did, because like I said, he had nightmare tenants. So by taking out the stove and the washing machine and the refrigerator, it really helps to push out a derelict tenant that, okay, you get what I'm saying. So anyway, that's what Community Enterprises is just hoping and banking on, that when you start your wire walk, because once you're locked into that lease, you are on the wire. I don't know if you understand that or not. You are on the wire, and everything had better go according to plan. Otherwise, you could find yourself sitting on the floor. You could find yourself completely trapped in the house because the bicycle doesn't work any longer. You could find yourself completely unable to go market shopping if the trailer breaks. You know, is there money to buy a new trailer? If these things, I know I've wanted to remind you of something. Now, I shared with you my winter bib, my cycling tights, that you might want to call it for the winter. Unfortunately, I think at the end of last summer, unfortunately, all of my summer cycling apparel went into the garbage because it was just simply completely ripped to hell. I've got a few pair of summer shorts, if you want to call it that. There I am. Here are the crotch of one pair of my summer shorts. All right. Yeah, this is the one where my balls hang out. The shorts that are not ripped at the crotch are like a cargo short. You can't ride bicycle like that in a cargo short. I've already said that it will give you saddle sores. And more specifically, if it isn't ripped at the crotch already, the friction will just simply tear up the garment. Just so many things need to be replaced. Like I said, my cycling apparel, it lasted me 5 years. It's just been an extremely slow, expensive trickle getting these garments replaced. All while trying to purchase medical socks. I was on one website. The lowest I saw was $62 for a pair of my socks. And unfortunately, those socks they've been fighting their way up to the top of the priority list, and I've been trying to push them down, and the sleep apnea, the heart, the medical compression socks aid with circulation. It helps to keep water from forming around the heart, and it's a whole big medical thing. There's a reason why the socks cost so much fucking money. So they help to return fluid so that the heart doesn't have to work so hard getting blood down to my extremities and then back up again and like that. I have been putting off the socks for so long. They're just a mess now. They have very little compression capability any longer. What was it Miss Firm said? Oh, I don't disagree that he needs a few personal things. She spoke like I need a hygiene kit from a from a shelter or something. A few personal things. Oh, get out of here. So, this cooling note, it is time sensitive. It's time sensitive, and I am hoping that I'll be able to get a physician to fill it out with a stamp or a business card, get it back before the cutoff period. I don't know, maybe I have no idea. The whole coronavirus, another thing that I'm talking about. You see, your coronavirus, well, Linda, okay? That would be the thing that topples your entire pyramid, your house of cards. Okay, are you understanding that these videos I am documenting? This is how homelessness happens. You have bureaucrats and higher ups that have their own warped understanding of economics and what your needs are and what you should be able to get along with. They completely ignore all kinds of shit like a pandemic, like your trailer breaking, like they don't care. They just don't care. They don't acknowledge the logistics issue. You know, how would I go shopping? How would... yeah, so it's like, what is it? I've got about $400 to my name. That's without paying a rent. And this is, 9 days after getting paid? I don't have... when I first moved in here, I was waiting to see if I could get some money saved up, but as soon as I realized how bad the clothing was and everything, I knew a savings plan wasn't possible at all. Um, Not to beleaguer the point, but Jason did kind of, my social worker Jason, he did kind of throw a little bit of a monkey wrench into my plan, my scheme of shopping. Because we were supposed to be going out to Walmarts and stores and to do all this household shopping for furniture and all this. And during these things, I was going to also be, while I'm out, shop for the household. Those giant packs of toilet paper. The giant packs of toilet paper and paper towels. It's not that they're heavy, but they're very large, and they take up a large volume of the trailer. It's kind of why I was kind of hoping that he would be, while I'm out in the nonprofit van, that while I'm out in the nonprofit van, that I could get some of the large bulk items, and of course Jason would cancel on me. So I ended up having to, because I kept putting off the buying until I can get to the big box, and a lot of chains around my neighborhood, and yeah, some delivery food and stuff like that. So the money didn't quite last as long as I wanted it to, although it was still better than living in the woods. But eventually, my point is that once I realized, Jason was just simply going to leave me to my own devices, and that there really wasn't going to be any more help. I just started, making my way to the market on my own, even if it, and what I'm trying to tell you is that once I'm locked into this lease, if something terrible happens, the last thing I want to do is, I think, what do they call it? I think it's technically called skipping out on a lease or something. I will not be in this home sitting on the floor. Do you understand? Okay? I'm not going to be stuck in this home with no transportation. I am not going to be stuck in this home unable to leave because I'm not decent for the public. I need new shoes. Oh my God, I don't even know if the shoes are ripped and split open. Not the cities. The Shimano, the ones that are cheaper. The Shimanos cost like $130. That's a cheaper shoe. I don't like to wear the CDs if I don't have to. I've been needing a new pair of cycling shoes. And what if something terrible happens? So, I don't know what to tell you guys. And the coronavirus is just coming along at the wrong damn time. I can't, what do you say? Assess. I can't assess whether or not, do I walk out on faith that everything will be okay on the tightrope wire? Should I do that? Should I walk out on our faith?
Functioned, but Liwana, sister of Nick Wallenda, had recently joined the act. A family member told local media that Liwana hadn't done a pyramid in years and had only practiced with the group for a few days. The sheriff's office says none of the injuries were life-threatening, but performers did suffer broken bones and scrapes. Liwana said she broke every bone in her face. The Flying Wallendas Act goes back generations and has cost some people their lives. In 19...
So what should I do here, guys? Should I step out on the tightrope, locked into a lease, hoping and praying that nothing will go wrong? Hoping and praying that somehow I'll be able to buy clothing, hoping and praying that I won't get sick and that I won't need money for medicine, hoping and praying that I'll get the assistance that I need with keeping the electric on for a breathing machine. I don't know what to tell you. I'm tired of fighting. To the supporters out there who have helped already, thank you. You are a godsend. You've done your part. You've done your part. The government needs to do their part. They're leaving us behind. Again, going back to our stimulus topic, why are you leaving huge swaths of the economy behind? You know, it's interesting. I've done janitor work, I've done stock work, all the jobs that are being celebrated as the coronavirus, and that's good. Those employees need to be celebrated. In addition to first responders, doctors, nurses, they all need to be celebrated. But wow, suddenly all those conservative talking points of they're low skilled, they don't need a higher wage, what they do isn't so important. Oh, really? Is that a fact? What we do isn't so, Suddenly you see the worth of the hourly employee, and you're desperate to keep them propped up so that you can keep yourself propped up. When will mankind learn that all of this class division, it only weakens you overall? I still don't think you've learned your lesson. I'm not gonna segue into a whole talking rant because, frankly, if 200 million people died, I don't think you would learn. I really don't. All right, guys, I'm tired, I'm wiped out, I am feeling defeated, and thanks for listening. I will I forgot about my PayPal link. God, I hate saying this shit. I'll put a PayPal link down either in the comments or the description or wherever, and if you haven't given already,